Battlefield 6. That's going to be the topic of today's video. Now, this video was originally supposed to be a live commentary, but I forgot to turn on my mic, so I didn't have my voice do it. So I decided just to make it a post commentary. Without the way, we'll just get into the video. I'll approach this video as a Battlefield 4 player, since it's the game I played the most. That's not to say I didn't play the other titles. I did play Battlefield 1 and Hardline quite a bit. I didn't play Battlefield 5 that much, but we'll just skip past that and get on to my opinions. Fundamentally, the next Battlefield game should be a modern title. The past two Battlefield games have both been historical shooters, so I don't think it's quite controversial to say people are tired of historical shooters. So I seriously doubt the next title is going to be a Vietnam game or a Cold War game, as I don't think DICE or EA are willing to risk the backlash of a historical game. Some in the community have also suggested a near future game. I do think that would work, however, I don't think the community will receive it that well, as it was straight too far from the status quo. That just leaves us with the modern day setting. The modern day setting offers a lot in a Battlefield game. It offers the best sandbox experience. It's a setting that DICE has a lot of experience with. It offers a varied selection of weapons, equipment, and vehicles. It also gives DICE a lot of creative freedom in where to take their maps. Speaking of maps, that's my next point. When it comes to maps, I have good confidence in DICE. DICE maps have always been very good. This has to be the standard, like, close quarter maps. It has to be good infantry maps. Of course, it has to be good vehicle maps and good combined arm maps, of course. It also be good map settings, such as, like, yeah, we want naval maps. We also want night maps and snow maps. Those are all have in the past been like popular ideas for maps. And there's something I have to say. It's just they have to nail the atmosphere of the maps also. Like, if you look at Battlefield 5, a lot of the maps look too pretty and don't feel like war zones. Like, if you look at games like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, all the maps are like really pretty, but they feel like war zones. They don't have these like bright, like sun-dripped tones and power palettes. In a game like Battlefield 1, which is in my opinion the best atmosphere for a Battlefield game, every map feels like it's a World War I map. It has like smokes everywhere, there's a dark grayed out. You feel like the hope and despair that a World War map should make you feel like. So speaking of maps, the next point I want to talk about is like the balance of maps when it comes to how players and vehicles interact with each other. If I had to knock DICE on anything when it comes to maps, it has to be infantry vehicle balance. How many times have you been playing Siege of Shanghai, and all of a sudden a rank 140 helicopter pilot comes out of nowhere and wipes you and your squad out? So maybe switch to engineer and grab his stinger and try to shoot him down. If you're lucky, you actually hit him, but he just ducks behind a building and quickly repairs his vehicle and comes back to kill you. What about Battlefield 1, where planes quite often come to objectives and completely bomb it, killing tons of people in the objective? When it comes to taking on these vehicles, they're very frustrating to deal with. They often have very hard counters, like mobile AA or the AA guns. However, those counters are often inadequate, as majority skilled players know to target these vehicles or emplacements almost instantaneously, and often stingers don't have the power to take these out. So these make these just very frustrating. So I don't think it's like quite fair for like an infantry player to go like 60. Infantry players can often go like 60 to 4. But that's not very quite common. It's possible, but not common. However, that's quite common for skilled vehicle players. The biggest offender of these type of deaths are like planes and helicopters, which are both very hard to shoot down, as I mentioned earlier, without a mobile AA. If the next game's a modern day setting, it has to fix these issues. One way to fix this is by having mobile AA on every map that aircraft is available, or by adding AA options to IFVs and MRAPs. Having more ways to fight aircraft could go a long way to curb the effects that pilots have on games. Also, by removing aircraft from urban maps could also be a good fix, as urban maps are perfect for helicopters as they offer a lot of cover from AA vehicles and stingers. Another fix is to add in fixed AA positions as more options for infantry other than dying and having to respawn. One way to fix it that I thought of is add an ability for small arms fire to damage vehicles as Battlefield 1 and Hardline have. Again, these are just some of my suggestions. If you guys think of something else, be sure to leave them in the comments. The next thing I want to talk about is weapons. I'm going to keep this one short. There should be the same gunplay as Battlefield 5 before the TTK. Weapons should be lethal and reward dedication and skill. They should not be categorized into one effective range, so it's not limiting them. There should be more universal classes. Also, DICE, please return DMRs to snipers. The DMR should not be limited to hollow sights and ACOGs. I want my 8-time scope back, please. Back for 3 days, if you do remember that. One more thing I want to talk about is DICE should better distinguish different weapons between each other. In Battlefield 4, there were a lot of weapons, but not many of them got reused because they weren't very different from each other. So people tended to gravitate to a few weapons. For example, Assault had the 416, the SCAR, the AEK, the M16, and the SAR. There were all these weapons, but some of them got used. So DICE should do more to fix this. Different weapons, I moved it into attachments. When it comes to attachments, that system currently in place should be expanded on. I would love a system similar to Modern Warfare or Modern Warfighter. Having the ability to make your gun your own, or the ability to change the gun to fit your playstyle, could do a lot to make the game more engaging. Also, could add tons of milsim options to make the game more fun for players. As for features, DICE should remove attrition and physicality from the game. These features did nothing for the game and only hurt it, and DICE just ended up limiting their effect later on in the game's life cycle. In Battlefield 6, they should just do away with the system entirely. As for features, they should keep limited ammo pool and building mechanics. These parts of Battlefield 5 were good features, and I think they should stay in the franchise. Another feature they should remove is vehicle self-repair. This feature cheapens team play and makes the repair tool essentially useless. They also should return classes as they were in previous titles. Assault should have ARs, engineers should have AT and repair equipment. Support should have support stuff like motors and ammo boxes, and snipers should have snipers and DMRs. When it comes to DLC, I don't want anything particular. I just want DICE to be more consistent in their DLC drops. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 had wildly inconsistent DLC drops. These issues in particular killed Battlefield 5. If DICE wants to compete with Modern Warfare and other modern shooters, we need to get more consistent content drops, where we get frequent map updates, new game modes, playlists, weapons, attachments. We just want DICE to have more content and more substantial, not just like boosters, which happen a lot towards Battlefield 5's end life cycle. Speaking of game modes, DICE should bring back Rush, Frontlines, and Domination as permanent modes. These modes are a lot of fun. It's a shame that DICE made them LTMs in Battlefield 5. Some of my best memories in Battlefield 4 were playing Russian Domination. Others that I think should come back are Cherry Link and Carrier Assault. Both modes are a lot of fun and are a shame they were tied DLC paywalls. As not, more people will play them. Finally, I think operations should return to how they were in Battlefield 1. As saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. DICE made Battlefield 5 current operations an inferior mode to the old one, adding unnecessary features that added nothing to the experience. I am going to end the discussion of game modes on LTMs. DICE should really overhaul the framework to allow for more than a few limited modes to be playable at one time. Because apparently, a AAA company like DICE is so incompetent that the reason that half of the quality life features from previous titles aren't in there is the framework for it is not there. Like you're telling me you don't have a feature your biggest competitor, Call of Duty, has had for years, and previous titles have had in them for years. Just DICE, please make Battlefield 6 better and learn from your mistakes, and don't watch it with the issues that Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1 had. And now, finally, for the most important thing that could make or break Battlefield 6. That is, getting the Battle Pass system right. Because it's important for modern shooter to have one of these. It keeps casual fans coming back to the game, and also makes it so veterans have something to grind towards. Customer system is an office system that should be overhauled into a proper Battle Pass system with cosmetics, emblems, tags, and more. This was one of Battlefield 5's greatest failures, because it failed to live up to what its competitors offered. If Battlefield 6 wants to succeed, it has to get this system right. My last point, to keep it short, do not have wacky customizations. Your fanbase does not like them. The authentic states digged from Battlefield 5's files looked a lot better than anything you offered. Just make some cool looking milsim skins, or just have some cool looking skins in general. Not Steve Fisher. He's not a cool skin, DICE. And with that being said, guys, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. I read all of my comments. And until next time, guys, peace.